Oh. Let's play some golf. Let's play some golf. Home map shows you the top of the view and the location with this.
NBC Golf Channel on EA Sports, in association with the PGA Tour, proudly presents the season-long race for the FedEx Cup. It's second-round coverage of the Arnold Palmer Invitational. But this one has a chance to be really good.
Of course, dude. I'm a fucking professional.
Second shot coming up here at the par 5.
Oh. What the fuck?
Oh, this is heading in the wrong direction.
No, it's not.
Into
Fuck
the
you,
tall
fucking
cabbage. That
cocksucker.
ball is swallowed up.
Gods are fucking mighty.
Frank, this is always such a difficult spot for a
God
golfer.
almighty.
You just hit one out of bounds, you're trying to regroup.
He's going to need to more than
Damn it, you
regroup now.
fucking cocksucker.
Getting set now for his 4th shot. Took the penalty
Shut the
after
fuck.
hitting it out of bounds.
Yeah, this can get away from him here.
The fuck do I wanna zoom in, motherfucker? Not that. God damn it.
It is the house that Arnold built, the Bay Hill Club and Lodge. Arnold's summer home is actually in western Pennsylvania, Latrobe Country Club. That's where he grew up. He came to Central Florida in the 1970s and fell in love with this piece of ground. He bought it, and he's grown it ever since, and now it is host to one of the premier stops on the PGA Tour. Big, strong golf course. You have to really be a good ball striker and generally one of the longer hitters to be successful around here.
God damn. God damn.
Pretty good shot right there.
Even par currently.
So another bogey on the scorecard. And Frank, what happened this week?
I think it's a week to forget, Rich.
Action continues at the 7th.
It's been a bit of a rough ride here, Rich, but right now is the time where you can turn things around. There's a little bit of time ahead, and we know this player has plenty of good left in the bag.
That's...
Frank, which way is
damn it.
this headed?
Well, judging by his body English, looks like it's heading a little right. There is a bit of green out there, though.
Now this for birdie came away with par in the previous round.
Totally wrong. Fuck.
Pretty good stroke right there. Just hit it through the break.
Well, it's that sort of distance. If it goes in, it's a bonus.
Locked in on the read and the speed. Been a little too much of that, Frank. Just sort of ho-hum pars. Frank, as you step to the tee here at the 8th, what are you seeing?
Another hole that suits the long hitter, Rich. That bunker just over 300 yards. The further you get down there, the shorter club you have in over the water.
Well, that was a beautiful drive, Frank. Really good position to take advantage.
Sitting up beautifully in the fairway.
Oops. What
This
the...
tournament has such a rich history. When you look at the list of multiple tournament winners here at Bay Hill, names like Ernie Els, Tom Kite, Lauren Roberts pop up. They've all won it twice. And then there's one guy who obviously stands above everyone.
Yeah, Tiger Woods winning here 8 times. Obviously, the golf course is perfect for him, but it's the stature of the event. The Arnold Palmer Invitation has gone on for so long. It's one of the events that you look forward to. You know what the golf course is like, but also you know what's required to play well there.
Oh, no, look out, Frank. I think he flushed that one.
Oh, this is going, gone.
Flying.
Frank, it hit the green, but just didn't have enough backspin.
Yeah, you wonder what he's thinking on that.
Shut the fuck up.
Oh, that was solid, Rich. This one's safely on.
So they'll tap in. Has his par. Finishing up here on the front side at Bay Hill with a lengthy par 4. And what's the key, Frank?
Well, the hole's relatively flat, but the rough on the right comes into play. If you can carry that ball 300 yards, then just take it in over the bunker. Long and straight.
That's how you do it.
What can we do?
This is the second shot at the par 4. No doubt they'll be happy with that shot. Well played. Made par yesterday. This one for birdie. Frank, where is that there?
Well, thank God for small mercies.
Frank, that wraps up another great day of golf here at the Bay Hill Club and Lodge. Always enjoy it.
Yeah, it's always a great test. Win, lose, or draw, you played the King's Golf Course.
Couldn't have said it better myself. From all of us here at EA Sports, I'm Rich Lerner. For Frank Nobilo, until next time.
No.
NBC Golf Channel on EA Sports, in association with the PGA Tour, proudly presents the season-long race for the FedEx Cup. Today, it's live third-round coverage of the Arnold Palmer Invitational.
Yeah.
That was just a beautiful drive. You hit it solid and right in the middle. Par 4 13th, Frank, how do you hit this approach shot?
Rich, it's the first par 4 at Bay Hill where the water is actually on the right of the green, and that has to be taken into consideration. Just a little errant shot, and then you're going to be wet. So a little left of the flag, that's where you want to be. This looks like it's going to find the target.
Birdie try up next. Made a par in his previous round. This time, it's for birdie. It's a good-looking putt right here.
Yes.
You might like it.
Long putt.
Oh, he's going to love it. Great putt. Frank, this is an interesting hole. It's the par 4 13th, and it isn't necessarily a driver off the tee. What are the options?
Yeah, you break it down. 250 off the tee, leaves 120. There's nothing wrong with playing the hole that way. You get a little over-ambitious here and run out of fairway. That second shot over water. Whoa.
Yeah. That's a fucking good one. Look at this shit.
Appears to be a smart shot, Frank.
No problem here. That's going to fly all the way.
God damn it.
That was like Usain Bolt, Frank, right through the
Shut
tape.
the fuck up.
Yeah, that first step, that was never going to stop.
God damn it.
Frank, there's nothing like catching a bunker
God
shot just
fucking damn.
perfectly. Splashes out, lands softly, and just runs up to that hole.
Damn.
Yeah, it's like 3D. There's the component in the strike where it's going to land, and then the third part of it is how much will it roll.
No.
He's made the green.
Fucking look at that shit. Fine.
Settles in over the putt.
God damn it. God damn it.
He'll take par and move on. Frank, the 15th, kind of a fun golf hole if you can curve your ball. I mean, that's a huge dogleg to the right, isn't it?
Yeah, it's much easier if you're a right-hander if you cut it down here. If you don't cut it, then make sure you don't run out down that left side.
Look at this shit. Look at that one.
Oh, that's fine.
That's perfect, motherfucker.
Frankie's cranking it and banking it. Giant drives, a boatload of birdies. What a round.
Yeah, these are the days you just dream for. We know golf's not that easy, but on a day like today, savor it and just keep going. Keep doing it.
Fuck. Oh my fucking god. Look at
Headed
that
for the
shit.
bunker?
We found the bunker.
Not what he wanted, but
God
he's
damn it.
headed to the beach. Playing this par 4, still
Fucking
not on the
cock.
green after that second shot.
But still not done. A good third shot. Maybe get away here with par.
Frank looks like maybe the greatest bunker player of all time right there.
Shut
Well, he's
the
making a
fuck
name
up
for himself
about
today.
the
You could
bunker.
certainly put him up there with Gary Players, Severiano Ballesteros. That was just a great bunker shot.
Did the job right there. Back on the tee here at the 16th. Frank, lay it out for us. What's ahead on this hole?
Well, even though there's two bunkers, one on the left and one on the right, it's the shortest of the 4 par 5s. You can almost take those out of play and have just a mid-iron in here. But we all know what's coming up.
No, it's not coming on.
That one is in the fairway, down there about 290 yards. And now the second shot here at this par 5.
Simple. Look at that shit.
Crucial eagle attempt on the way. Frank, I'm not saying he should pull out driver here, but this is a long putt.
Greens are fast, though. You never know. Good line, good pace. Might have a chance.
Well, he knew it right from the start. Just a poor putt. Birdie putt coming up. Had a par on this hole yesterday. That birdie will help, Frank.
Certainly moving into the top half, that's for sure. And starting to narrow that number down in front.
Frank, deep into a round, par 3 17th, water, bunkers, long shot. What are you thinking as you're stepping on this tee?
You just take 3 and move to 18.
You take what? God damn it.
There's a bunker over there.
I think he's headed for it. You don't want to make a habit of it. In the bunker again off the tee. All right, so greenside bunker. What's he looking to do with this shot, Frank?
Well, really you have to look at the amount of green you got to play with. You don't have to try and fly the ball right by the flag. Allow it to run. Plus, if you can get it to run like a putt, you never know. It might just go in.
You know, Tiger was born on the same day as LeBron James, December 30th. And he's had his share of slam dunks, especially on the 18th hole here at Bay Hill.
Yeah, he's just a perfect fit for the golf course. You'd think every now and again he fears left, but he doesn't fear left at Bay Hill. We've seen his best golf over the years, over the last 15 or so years. To win there 8 times, nobody's come close to that. Ernie Els, one of the great players in the world, has won it twice.
This is position A, right in the fairway, and 180 yards to go.
That's fucking perfect. That's fucking perfect.
Appears to be what they call a commercial play. Very solid. Great way to finish off the final approach shot with a birdie opportunity. Just needs to keep it steady here over the putt. You couldn't ask for much more than that, except to make it. This for par. in for par. So through 3 rounds, just outside the top 10, what kind of a chance do you give a player who is sitting outside the first 10?
Yeah, it's slim. I certainly would not say none, though, Rich. You know, we've countless times over the years seen someone post an early one in and watch the leaders crumble at the end. Good opportunity tomorrow. Put a good round on the board and then just sit back and wait. And then remember, there's also the chance of a playoff.
Oh, God damn it. Yeah. Shoot the motherfucking ball.
NBC Golf Channel on EA Sports, in association with the PGA Tour, proudly presents the season-long race for the FedEx Cup. Today, it's live final round coverage of the Arnold Palmer Invitational.
Oops. Oh, for fuck's sake, you fucking cuckold.
Well, it was almost like that's what he wanted to do, but why would you want it to run over the back?
Now from the bunker.
Damn it.
Yeah, just a little splash out on this par 3.
Fuck. Ah, for fuck's sake.
Great shot coming out.
Shitty fucking game.